Hello, welcome to the Middlesex County Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us today. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. So don't worry about what you look like, sound like, anything like that. Just concentrate on all the great information you're going to get during this session. This is just one of many different sessions happening. Be sure to sign up for more where you signed up for this one. And this presentation is being recorded. It'll be available within about a week, again, at the same website where you registered for this one. We're in session B4. You can see that on the right center part of the screen that I am sharing, and that is the order of the schools presenting during this session. So I will get out of the way now and turn it over to our first presentation from Berkeley College.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the introduction. I'm going to share my screen with all of you. So welcome. I am the Director of Admissions at Berkeley College in Woodbridge, New Jersey. We are celebrating 90 years, so hence you see here, or this way, our 90-year celebration. We do have multiple campuses. We are located in New York and New Jersey. So we have 2 in New York, 4 in New Jersey, and online. The beauty of Berkeley College is you can do a mix and match where you can take classes at all of the campuses if you choose. This is a listing of the programs that we do offer at Berkeley College. So whatever it is that you are looking for, most of our programs are offered in a 2-year associate's degree or a 4-year bachelor's degree. You also have the option of doing a stackable, earning one and then rolling into the other. We are SAT and ACT optional, so we do give you that option. We do offer an AccuPlacer entrance exam in lieu of that. We offer many medical programs, as you see here. All of those programs are hands-on. Those students wear scrubs. You'll get clinical assignments, working firsthand in the hospitals and getting firsthand experience as well. Our programs are designed that you can complete a 2-year associate's in as little as 1.5 years and a 4-year degree in as little as 3 years. And that is because we do 3 15-week semesters per year. And within those, we offer a graduation incentive. For every 4 courses you complete successfully, you earn a free course. Focusing on success is one of our biggest things at Berkeley College. We don't ever want to see a student struggle. We offer a Center for Academic Success, free tutoring. We have career services where they are available to assist you in finding internships and lifetime career assistance. You can come back at any time, even after you graduate. We have an honors program for students who are a 3.0 or higher GPA. We offer 50 and 100% tuition scholarships within that. Student life, we do have clubs, organizations, sports, activities, whatever you choose to get involved in. Financial aid, Berkeley College has awarded over $48 million last year in scholarship money in institutional aid. So depending upon your GPA, there's many different grants that you can be eligible for through the Berkeley College tuition grant. We are an accredited institution. Our credits are designed to be transferable. And some of the benefits about Berkeley College that I always like to share that I'm very proud of is all of our classes are small. There's 18 students to 1 professor per class. We offer day, evening, weekend, and online, full-time, part-time, and again, career services available. It's lifetime, and we're always there on board to assist you. And as far as applying, if you're interested, just feel free to reach out to me directly. Thank you. And if anyone has questions in our Q&A, I have my colleague answering.
Yes, and thank you for mentioning the Q&A, because that is the place to drop questions for any of our presenters. And make sure, if it is for a specific school, that you mention that institution in your question so they know it's directed at them. Up next, we'll hear from our representative from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Hi, everybody, and thank you for coming. My name is Dana Carlin, and I'm here representing Embry-Riddle. Unfortunately, I am not located in Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm regional, so I do live in New Jersey dealing with this wonderful snowstorm that we just had. So a little bit about Embry-Riddle. I am not sharing my screen because on our website, I will encourage you guys to go on and sign up for our wrap events, which are info sessions that we are offering throughout the spring, which are hour-long info sessions. So this 6 minutes doesn't even begin to touch on what we offer. So even though we started out as just a flight school in Miami, which then moved to the Daytona Beach campus, we offer so much more now. We have a business school, an engineering school, security and intelligence, obviously aviation, computer technology, applied science. We are #1 in aerospace engineering in the country for the 20th year in a row. Our flight school is adjacent to the Daytona Beach campus. We actually do have another campus in Prescott, Arizona, as well as our worldwide campus. So currently our Daytona Beach has 7,000 students, Prescott has 3,000, and worldwide is our online platform that has 17,000. Our class size is about 25 to 28. We don't have large lecture halls. All our classes are taught by professors that are professionals within the field. We are known as a super hands-on, lab-oriented institution. Our career services is second to none. We bring our alumni back. And we start from day one, getting you in the field and getting you involved as much as we can. So we are most known, obviously, for our aeronautical science, our flight program, our aerospace engineering program, astronomy and astrophysics, homeland and security. We do have D2 sports on both campuses. We are NCAA on Daytona Beach and NAIA on Prescott campus. We do not have a football team, but we do actually have a flight team, and we are super competitive. We are offering tours on campus. Unlike a lot of schools, I would encourage you to get down there and visit. Our flight program has never stopped. And as I said, we are offering our tours, and they haven't stopped. We are rolling admission. We are not on the Common App. Our application does open up starting in August. You can apply directly on our website. We are test optional. We've always been test optional. That's not a COVID thing. So the only requirement that we have is an official transcript sent over and the application that does need to be filled out directly on our website. So I'm going to put my information and my email contact in the chat. So I would encourage you to reach out to me directly, and I'll be happy to answer any individual questions. I can set up an individual Zoom with you. As I said, I am located in New Jersey, so obviously I'm virtual, and I can answer any further questions that you have. I can set you up and send you the link to our virtual info sessions, as well as a link to set you up with an on-campus tour. So once again, thank you so much. 6 minutes is not a long time to go into in-depth activities that we offer, because it's not a long time, but please reach out. And again, I'm going to put my information right in the chat now. So thanks for coming, and feel free to listen to all the other schools. This is such a great opportunity for you guys, and take advantage of everything that StriveCan offers. And thank you for coming. Bye, everyone.
Dana, thank you very much. And I will reiterate that if any of our attendees, if you have questions for any of our panelists, just make sure to use the Q&A button, ask questions using that. And if it's for a specific school, just make sure to name the school in your question so they know it is for them. Up next, we will hear from our representative from Arcadia University.
Hello, everyone, and thank you all for being here tonight. My name is Devin Miller. I'm one of the admissions counselors at Arcadia University, and I'm also an alum of the institution. So I graduated a few years ago with my bachelor's degree, and I'm always so grateful to still be a part of the community. I work directly with all students who are applying from the Middlesex County area, so I'll definitely be your admissions representative as you're going through the process with us. As you can see from this lovely picture up here, we do have a castle on campus, which is always a point of pride for us at Arcadia Gray Towers Castle, which is where my office is, and where we actually have some students living up on the 3rd floor. So you could potentially live in the castle if you join us at Arcadia. I just want to give a kind of a brief overview with the limited time we have of campus and who we are as an institution. So if you're not familiar with Arcadia, we are located in Glenside, Pennsylvania, which is just outside of Philadelphia. So I always say that Arcadia is really kind of in the best of both worlds. Campus itself is a lot of green space. It's a really nice suburban feel to it. A smaller community, we have just about 2,100 undergraduate students on campus, but off campus, we have a really great surrounding area. Downtown Glenside has lots of different shops and restaurants that are right in walking distance. Both entrances to campus are bus stops that take students all over the greater Philadelphia area. And then in town, only about a 10-minute walk from campus, we have a train station that takes you right into Center City, Philadelphia. So you can really get that kind of suburban and city dual environment. And we really utilize Philadelphia as a tool for students' education. And we also sponsor a lot of different events into the city. So if there's a show or a museum exhibit that we think students will be interested in, we try and get them out into the city as often as possible and really taking advantage of that. But like I said, campus itself is a little bit smaller. So we have a small undergraduate population. Our student to faculty ratio is about 12:1, and our average class size is about 14 to 16 students. So we really try and keep our classes to that smaller size so they can be a little bit more conversational based, and you can really build relationships with your peers and your professors who really take an active role in student life. Our professors are there to advise you, mentor you, help you with internship and research opportunities in all of our fields of study. We have about 65 fields of study on campus. Our most popular majors right now are business, biology, psychology, and art and design. But we have about 65 different fields of study, including a bunch of pre-professional programs like physical therapy, physician assistant, and forensic science. And all of our undergraduate students have a short admission into those graduate level programs as long as you maintain a GPA and complete all the prerequisite requirements for those programs. In terms of campus life, even though we are a smaller school, we have a really vibrant campus life and campus community. We are a Division III school for athletics, so we have about 26 Division III athletic teams, including men and women's ice hockey, which will be starting in fall of 2021, our first team. And then we have about 60 different student clubs and organizations on campus. So the majority of our students are residents and are living on campus. We do guarantee housing for all 4 years in a traditional year. So we really try and make sure that there's always things going on both on campus and off campus that our students can take advantage of. And so there's lots of different organizations from student government to activism organizations to art-based, fitness-based clubs, anything that you can think of on campus. One of the big focuses of Arcadia as an institution is also our commitment to a global education. So since, back in the post-World War II era, we started sending students abroad to study in Europe. And ever since then, we've really had a commitment to providing students with a global education. And we've been nationally ranked in our study abroad participation for the past decade, including ranked #1 for the 2020 year. And even during the pandemic right now, we're still really trying to provide students with that global education, even in a virtual space, because it is really an important part of Arcadia's identity, making sure that students are prepared and global citizens. So our class of 2019 earned credit from about 37 different countries, and over 76% of our students use their passports at least once before they graduate from a variety of short-term to long-term experiences that range from about a week to 2 weeks to an entire semester or academic year abroad. We also have a lot of students that complete internships in other countries. So we've had students that have interned with Parliament in Ireland and the UK, as well as a variety of different nonprofit and business organizations all across the globe. So that's something that we really encourage our students to take advantage of if they can do it. We even have students this semester that are completing internships virtually in other countries as well. In terms of the application to Arcadia, we are enrolling admissions. So we start reviewing applications as early as August of your senior year, and we'll continue reviewing all year and get you a decision within about 2 to 3 weeks of when you apply to the institution. We are on the common application, and we also have our own application online. So whichever one you prefer to use, you can. In addition to that, we require students to submit their official high school transcript and then a letter of recommendation from either a teacher or a guidance counselor. We always encourage students to submit an essay and a resume as well with your application. It just really gives us a bigger picture of who you are as a student and can help us, especially in terms of scholarships. We are test optional, so you're not required to submit the SAT or the ACT. When you apply to Arcadia, we automatically review you for merit scholarships. We award a range of them from between $10,000 to $25,000. And then we also have what we call an Arcadia Achievement Award, which is a smaller grant that we sometimes offer students in addition to your distinguished scholarship. If you're interested in any of our art and/or acting programs, we do require you to do a portfolio review or an acting audition in addition to your application, and you could potentially be awarded a scholarship from those as well. We do have a variety of events coming up on campus and virtually. If you go to arcadia.edu/visit, you can definitely register for any. We do have on-campus tours available as well in a limited capacity, so feel free to register for anything virtual or in person. And thank you all so much for joining. I'm going to drop my information into the chat so you don't have to worry about getting it from the slide, but thanks again for being here tonight.
Thank you very much. And once again, my reminder to everyone, if you have questions, use the Q&A button for any of our presenters. And if it's for a specific school, just make sure to name the school in your question. Up next, let's hear from the representative from the University of Vermont.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. Let me just get my screen shared here. Too many windows open. All right, so here we go. My name is Candace Duckworth. I am the Regional Associate Director of Admissions for the University of Vermont. Being regional means I don't actually live in beautiful Burlington, but I am down here, so I'm enjoying just as much snow as you guys have this week. It's been really fun. Gives you a little taste of Vermont, right? So a little snapshot about the University of Vermont. As you can see here, we are a medium-sized university. We have just over 10,000 undergraduate students, but our breakdown of in-state and out-of-state students might be a little unusual for a state school in that 73% of our students do come from outside the state of Vermont. So we're a really strong cohort of students from New Jersey, from the general Northeast, and across the country as well. We do offer over 100 different majors, and we're organized into 7 different schools and colleges that you'll see listed there. So really a little bit of everything from agricultural and life sciences. Our College of Arts and Sciences is our largest. We have education, engineering, nursing and health sciences, our business school, as well as our Rubenstein School of Environment and Natural Resources. So lots of different things to check out. I would definitely encourage you to look at our entire list of academic programs online. Putting, whatever you're learning in the classroom in your different majors to work and really kind of learning by doing is a hallmark of the UVM education. Our students participate in internships, research, service learning, study abroad, and other experiences that put knowledge to work and really help you build your resume, start getting that hands-on experience and making you a valuable citizen. Students will find these opportunities through their career center, their professors, your academic advisors. There's a lot of different opportunities for you. The residential experience is another big part of a UVM college life. We do require that students live on campus for at least 2 years, and we have all of our students organized into different learning communities. So you'll see the different topics here. You actually get to choose on your housing application, your preferences, and everyone got within their top 3 choices this year. It's kind of nice knowing when you're coming to college that you're going to start to live with students who have a common interest to you. You'll take a class together and really gives you an opportunity to start building your community. Our UVM community, nice segue there, is really dedicated to supporting and celebrating the unique identities of every student, faculty, and staff member. And you'll see here the list we call our common ground. It is the values that we all uphold as a community member. And that's actually one of my favorite traditions on campus is when all of the new students move in, there's a candlelight ceremony. It's the picture you'll see in the middle there on the university green. It's kind of a nice way to come together, feel that goosebumps of all the community members coming together to uphold these common values. We also deeply value diversity, equity, and inclusion in every aspect of campus life. So we have different identity centers as well as these values throughout our general education requirements. And we really think that these skills are invaluable to helping students become lifelong learners and responsible citizens. All right, we are located in beautiful Burlington, Vermont, like I mentioned at the beginning. UVM would not be the same without Burlington, and Burlington would not be the same without UVM. The energy of the campus really kind of feeds the town and vice versa. There's so many great opportunities for internships, a thriving music scene, world-class restaurants and coffee houses, and miles of trails, parks, and beaches. So kind of to sum up, I know the 6-minute format is really fast. Some of our more distinctive qualities can appear a little contradictory on the surface. We're old. We were founded in 1791. We're actually the 5th oldest college in New England. But we're constantly renewing our programs as well as our facilities to keep up with the world ever changing around us. Then that medium size, obviously both big and small, right around 10,000 students is big compared to liberal arts colleges, but it's definitely smaller compared to other national research universities. So our students are able to get more of that intimate academic feeling within the framework of opportunities and resources of a larger institution. And then our location, again, both urban and open, Being right in Burlington, largest city in Vermont, gives students a lot of opportunities. We're really close by to Montreal, so a little international flair. But you have the Lake Champlain and the Green Mountains and the Adirondack Mountains all around you, so you can take a deep breath and get a breath of fresh air. So all these different pieces come together. You've got our location, you've got your academics, you've got campus life and internships, and ultimately you will have to graduate, and our students do go on to find great success, however it is that you define that success. It could be employment, could be graduate school, or wherever your goals lead you. And as you can see here, our students have had really strong outcomes. We're really proud of the work that our alumni community is doing across the globe. And a quick little snapshot for you guys of our admissions profile. We are on the Common App as well as the Coalition app. We were test optional for this year, to be determined for upcoming admissions years, but that announcement should be coming out shortly, I believe. We do require obviously your high school transcript, test scores if you want to submit them or not, but we do have some really fun essay prompts that we always encourage students to submit, though they're optional, including my favorite this year, which Ben and Jerry's flavor best describes you. So I always look forward to reading your super unique prompts when it comes to these things. I definitely encourage you to take a look at our visit website. I'll put that link in the chat here when I'm done, because we do have a lot of virtual programmings that we're offering this spring virtually, since we aren't able to welcome guests to campus quite yet. I will be your admissions counselor for you students moving forward in the college search process, so please don't hesitate to reach out to me at any time. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your evening tonight to learn a little bit more about us. Thanks.
Thank you very much. And again, if any of our attendees have questions, use the Q&A button to ask of any of our presenters, and watch the chat for the contact info that's coming your way from each of our representatives. Up next, we'll hear from the representative from Falmouth University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jackie Christopher, and I'm the development manager for Falmouth University. Let me just bring up my screen really quick. I hope you can see that. So this is a little bit of a strange twist compared to the other universities. You might have not heard of Falmouth University, but Falmouth University is actually in Southwest England, in a beautiful beachside town in England, in Cornwall, if you've heard of it. It's very cute, very quaint. And, just to give you a little gist of, if you were to study abroad, if you were thinking about study abroad, this might be actually a better option for you. Bachelor's degrees in England are 3 years long, so that saves you a full year's worth of tuition and living expenses. A master's degree is 1 year long, so you can actually get your master's in 4 years. I've actually done my bachelor's and master's degree in the UK, so if you have any general questions at all, please feel free to reach me. But the pictures on, on the presentation, you can see we're right off the coast. There are so many more pictures on our website. I highly recommend that you check us out. Falmouth University, you would think that we're more of an arts university, but what we call ourselves is a creative, we categorize ourselves as a creative industries university. So what does that mean? So you're getting hands-on experience with being in the creative, feeling like it's a creative industry. So, film, as you can see with the picture, you're doing hands-on work. A lot of the programs that we offer starts, utilizing equipment in year one. The other great thing, because it's a 3-year bachelor's degree, is you are not doing prerequisite classes. So for example, if you're doing film, you won't be doing any math or science courses. It's only film, only film courses. So the degree is only specific to the subject that you are studying. So if you're very focused about a certain subject, definitely think about us. And we have 9 academic departments, such as music and theater, entrepreneurship, School of Art, fashion and textiles, Institute of Photography, School of Architecture, Design and Interiors, School of Communication, and School of Film and Television. And all of our equipment is state-of-the-art, brand new. You can rent all the equipment for free, the studios. We have a lot of modern facilities, even people, artists come to Falmouth to use our equipment and rent it out as well. We have about 5,000 students on campus. So it's a very, it's a small to medium-sized university. It's a very community feel where other departments collaborate with each other. And tuition is roughly $30,000 per year. So, and if you're looking at all-in tuition, living expenses all together, you're looking about $40,000 per year. Remember, that's a 3-year bachelor's degree. The other great thing is SAT and ACT is not required. We would want to see high school completion. The biggest thing with us is a portfolio and interview. And definitely look into our website. It's www.falmouth.ac.uk, not .com. And you can apply either through UCAS, which is the UK common, it's like a common application for the UK, but it's just a different system, or you can apply directly on our website and it's free. My contact details are below if you want to find out more information about Falmouth and all of our creative industries type of degrees. And I hope to speak to you later.
Thank you very much. And again, use the Q&A button for any questions you have for any of our presenters during this session. Up next, we will hear from the College of New Jersey.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to share my screen. Just give me one moment to get this set up. Okay, so welcome. My name is Caitlin Einstead, and I'm an admissions counselor here at the College of New Jersey. I'm also the College Ambassador Coordinator for our office, which means that I work with our student tour guides. So hopefully I can answer any kind of questions you might have, whether it be about the admissions process from my kind of counselor perspective, or maybe I can kind of shed light on student experience type of questions for you based off of my working with our current students. Now, I do wish that our physical welcome mat was out for you and that we could receive you on campus, but we're being safe right now and you guys are all warm in your beds or, wherever you might be watching this from home, hopefully. So my job today is to kind of help try to give you a peek into what campus would be like if you could come. So to start with, we are a small to mid-sized public liberal arts college located in Ewing, New Jersey. If you're unfamiliar with Ewing, it's between Trenton and Princeton. If you're unfamiliar with Trenton or Princeton, it's right in the middle of New Jersey, so right in central Jersey. I grew up in New Jersey, and I always called it the land of convenience, meaning it just feels like nothing is ever too far away. And Ewing being right in the middle of New Jersey really embodies that, especially being between Trenton and Princeton. You could find really great opportunities to either work at the state or local level at Trenton or work, in medicine or in business or something like that in Princeton. So there are a lot of outlets for you to be able to explore right in our backyard. At the same time, you could explore fun things too if you just want to go out to eat. They have a lot of events at either place. So campus itself is a very kind of nice homey feel. It's very much what you picture when you picture a classic kind of state school. Nice Georgian architecture, all the buildings, even if they're new, are made to look like they've been there along with the rest of the older buildings. So it looks very cohesive. 2 lakes on campus, so you can very much spread out, but exciting things, not too far away as well. We're also close to equidistant between New York City and Philly. So the same goes for either of those. If you want to find internship or research opportunities in a big city, they're right there. They're also commutable. So they're a little over an hour to get to New York City, a little under an hour to get to Philly. So we do have students who commute to do internships or research opportunities at either place while they're still taking classes at TCNJ. So you very much have the best of both worlds. Speaking of best of both worlds, I'm going to elaborate on a different way that we kind of embody the best of both worlds. I think in breaking TCNJ down into a little bit more detail, I like to talk about TCNJ's institutional identity. And this is kind of how it's perceived, what we represent. And a lot of people in talking about this will reference TCNJ as a public college that could easily be mistaken for a private one. I think the reason people say that is because when I think of a private school, I think of something that's a bit smaller, especially class sizes are smaller. So those are more kind of focused, more personalized. It's more community-based, so a lot of students are involved. There's a lot of clubs and organizations on campus. We check both those boxes. TCNJ very much, has a leg in both of those things. At the same time, when I think of a public college, I think of a lower cost. I think of a really strong alumni network, a lot of school spirit, up-to-date technology and equipment right on campus. We check all those boxes too. So I think that's what leads us to some of the rankings that we hold. This one is an example. I'll explain what this is. So Money Magazine does rankings every year. This was for best colleges for your money in the year 2018. We were named #1 in this category of best colleges for your money among public colleges and universities in that mid-sized school range. So we're very proud of this, and you can rest assured that if you did attend TCNJ, you would be able to get that kind of smaller, more personalized type of academic feel, but for that public school cost. Hopefully these numbers continue to kind of help you conceptualize what campus is like. It's about 7,000 students, 6,700 to 7,000. I mentioned it was in that small to mid-sized range, so it's small or big depending on who you compare us to. I think it's that kind of nice middle ground where you can go up until your senior year, still meeting someone new every day. At the same time, if you're walking into the dining hall to get lunch or dinner or something, you're probably going to see somebody you know to be able to sit and eat with. You're probably going to know the people in your classes as well. That's because our average class size is about 21. Really doesn't get too much bigger than that, and actually it gets smaller as you go up in years. And our student faculty ratio is 13:1. So all this is to say that you're probably going to know the students that you're taking classes with. Your professor's going to know you. So it can be more challenging that way. If you want to go to a school where you kind of fade into a larger lecture hall, maybe this isn't the choice for you. But I feel like this is a bit more engaging. At least maybe I'm a little biased, but speaking from a personal standpoint, I just find it a lot easier to stay engaged and to be invested in your education when you're in that kind of smaller environment and you feel more comfortable speaking up. This number at the bottom, this is significant because I think it's something that you should ask any college that you're looking into. It's what is your freshman retention rate? Ours is 94%. That means 94% of freshmen who decided to come to TCNJ decided that they wanted more and they came back for their sophomore year. It's important because students leave colleges or transfer out for any number of reasons. It could be that they're not feeling supported there, or they're just not getting what they need. Maybe they just think they could be happier somewhere else. So if you do attend TCNJ, there is a 94% chance that you're going to like it enough to come back again. Let's talk briefly about what you might want to study. So all of our majors fall into one of these 7 categories. These are our 7 academic schools. They are the School of Arts and Communication, Business, Education, Engineering, Humanities and Social Sciences, and Nursing, Health and Exercise Science, and Science. That second to last one's a bit of a mouthful. So these are all our majors. For the sake of time, obviously, I'm not going to run through all of them, but just know that if you don't know quite what you want to do yet, undeclared is an option. You can be general undeclared or undeclared within one of these schools. These are the elements of your application. Pretty run-of-the-mill here, so nothing too out of the ordinary. You would apply through the Common App or the Coalition app. The only big difference this year is that the SAT and ACT scores are optional. And they're actually optional for the next 3 years. So even if you're an underclassman now, you could still apply test optional in the future. These are our decision deadlines. You can find these easily online, and I can put some links in the chat as well if you'd like more info on that. You can either apply early decision or general admission, otherwise known as regular decision. These have different times, obviously, so if you need more time to apply, that may influence which one you apply into. But the biggest difference here is that early decision is a binding agreement. So if you apply early decision to a school, it means that you're saying, if you accept me, I am definitely coming. I will withdraw my applications from all the other schools, and I'm going to be a Lion. So obviously, you're only going to do this if you're really confident that this is where you want to end up, and you've done your research, and you've also thought about it from a financial standpoint. And that's it for me. I know we're probably close to the end of time here, so I'm going to take off now, but please feel free to ask me any questions in the chat, and I will put my contact info in there as well.
Thank you, Caitlin. And I'm going to ask every one of our panelists to come back on with their cameras and their microphones. We have a little bit of time because all of you were so good at staying on time. So we've got a little extra time left. So we'll do a quick Q&A with each of you, kind of a round robin. You can answer in the same order that you presented. And I will share my screen for the first question, which is a pretty simple one, but a good one. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process right now? And we'll start with Berkeley College.
Don't stress. Do not stress. There's a college for everybody. Don't listen to all your peers talking about where they got into, where they got accepted. No one will ever share with you where they did not get accepted. So don't stress. That's my biggest thing.
Okay. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say like follow your heart and follow where you feel is the right fit for you, because everybody has the right fit for them. And just because your best friend is going somewhere doesn't mean that it's the right fit for you.
Arcadia University.
Yeah, I'm kind of going off of that. I would say just figure out what is your priorities when you're looking into a college, because like was just mentioned, what is the fit for one person is not going to necessarily work for another. And, you know, you might find the best place for you is a really small college, while someone else might find a really large public university is the best fit for them. So definitely just figure out what's going to work best for your learning style and what you need to be supported when you're at a university.
University of Vermont.
I would say you guys are super lucky to be able to take advantage of so much, information that's available now in the last year, as all of our colleges have had to switch to all these virtual different programs. You can find so much, great information on our websites for our different information sessions. So you really kind of don't have to worry about traveling to that college, because I know Vermont's a little bit farther away. You don't have to travel to the college to get the same quality information, if not more personal information than you would have gotten in person right now. So definitely just take advantage of these virtual programs on our websites to learn more.
Excellent. Falmouth.
Yeah, I would say that definitely get in touch with, your peers who are really active in, searching colleges and so forth. They might give you some resources that you weren't necessarily aware of before. And also definitely talk to student ambassadors and see, ask about their experience and what they've, why they chose that university. That might give you a lot of insight as to, oh, this is the culture of this university. Then I didn't expect it to be that way, but now I see another perspective.
Good. College of New Jersey.
I think it's going to be hard to go last, I'm realizing, because that's all very good advice. Something different, I'd say, try to take control of your own college search. Parents are great to assist, or, whoever is helping you with this college search process, but it'll probably help you feel more confident in your decision if you're the one reaching out to schools, communicating with your admissions counselor, setting up, like a virtual presentation or tour, whatever is offered to you at this point. And it's mutually beneficial as well, because we'd love to know what students are really interested in. So some schools will track that interest or those interactions with students. Not all do, so it's not across the board, but just know that some schools do keep track of that, and that could be something beneficial to you in your application if you are communicative with the admissions staff, or if you are coming to virtual events or tours or whatever the school's offering.
Excellent advice from everyone on that question, but now we'll move from the eat your vegetables question to more fun question. And that's what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? And again, we'll go in the same order that you presented. So we'll start with Berkeley College.
I would say some of our favorite traditions and events we do is for our incoming freshmen. Once you're accepted, we do host an event at Top Golf. Everybody's familiar with that. And I think a lot of the incoming students, prior to even committing, just get to meet each other and, join in on that. And I would say another thing is too, our orientation, because Berkeley, we do have incoming, high school students and adult learners, and they all come together, and our orientation is really a great way to meet and greet people.
Sounds good. Embry-Riddle.
So we have a couple things that I love. Having all 4 branches of ROTC on our Daytona campus obviously leads to its own special things, but One of the things I love is whenever there's a rocket launch on Cape Canaveral, the kids hop over to the beach, Daytona Beach, and they can watch the rockets launch. So that's really cool. And then also, because we have access to all the planes on campus, our skydiving club is like our most popular club. So at any point during the day, you could literally look up and see students jumping from planes. So I don't know, I just think it's really cool. Just like, it's just one of those traditions that you're like, oh my God, there's the skydiving club. So I just think that's really cool.
Sounds like it. Arcadia University.
So one of my favorite traditions at Arcadia is our spring fling, which happens every year in April towards the end of the semester. It's a 2-day event where the first day is a carnival out in our green space, and then the second day is a concert event, and we bring in carnival rides and food trucks from Philadelphia that come and park on the green, and it's all free for students to attend, and a really great way for students to unwind as we near the end of the semester and kind of get ready for the summer.
University of Vermont.
So I mentioned one of them, one of the traditions with the candlelight ceremony in my presentation. I'm trying to think of something else. Usually the first week of each semester is the week of welcome, and there's like activities fest and fall fest and winter fest and all these different things that happen kind of on campus that are super fun. And not that it's a tradition, but for this year, our students just started their semester again, and we installed an outdoor ice skating rink on one of the tennis courts for everyone to take advantage of some COVID-friendly exercise.
Sounds good. Falmouth.
Yeah, so we also have like a welcome week called Freshers Week, and where everyone, there's all these different activities and students can meet other students. But another one is in the UK, they celebrate Guy Fawkes Day. It's November 5th to commemorate the failure of the gunpowder plot to Parliament. And they usually, it's like kind of like their 4th of July where they have fireworks and all that. So because Falmouth is right off the coast, right off the beach, you'll see fireworks right off the beach. There's students having barbecues right off the beach. So that's really lovely, really fun night.
Sounds like it. And College of New Jersey.
They also have really great programming at the beginning of and the end of the year, at the beginning for our new students and at the end for everyone during finals and stuff like that. But my favorite event that they do is a little quirkier. It's a cardboard boat race. So I mentioned earlier that we have 2 lakes on campus. So basically people just get together in teams with their friends and they make boats out of cardboard and they kind of just see how far they can get. And I think it's really fun.
Sounds like it. Well, thank you so much for sharing not just the fun facts and the favorite traditions and all of that about your schools, but obviously all of the great information throughout the presentations this evening. And I want to thank everyone for joining us for this session. When you close this window, you'll get a link to a very short survey, very quick 4-question survey to be more specific. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted. Be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at the same place where you signed up and registered for this session. Once again, I want to thank each of our presenters during this session. Thank you so much for taking the time to share all of that great information. And thank you all for joining us. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Take care.